What's going on, everybody? I hung out today with Robyn Markland, Redline Shipping, and Niki Smith from Josh's Frogs. How cool. We're just getting a little bit hyped up for Tinley this weekend, talking about what we're looking forward to seeing and what we're excited about. Just a heads up to any families or sensitive viewers, we did get into a little bit of mature content, and I just want to give you a heads up. Otherwise, enjoy the show, and I cannot wait to see you this weekend at Tinley. What's going on, everybody? I'm hanging out with Niki and Robyn Markland. We got Niki Smith from Josh's Frogs and Robyn, of course, from Redline Shipping. And we're all going to be hanging out at Tinley, and we thought we would just do a little chat about what we have going on and what we're looking forward to. So, Robyn, you want to take us through what you got going on this weekend?
Well, coming up this weekend in Tinley Park, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago, is the biggest and baddest reptile show of the year. The most professional show in our industry. Everybody's going to be there. There's got to be 400 vendors. And the Fall Tinley is the one to be at. So if you want to be at a reptile show, this is the one to get to. Like I said, all the vendors are going to be there. Josh's Frogs with Niki, they put together basically an entire store on the floor. There's a lot of great animals of all varieties. Of course, there's a lot of ball pythons, as always, and a lot of great ball python breeders, one of which is a little bit of a surprise. Proper Royals going to have some space at Tinley.
Huge thank you.
Yeah, Adam, you're going to be setting up right next to us in the lobby and next to the Redline booth and putting your stuff on display. So I was excited about that, to get you an opportunity to get in the show. I know you've been wanting to.
Robyn, thanks so much for that. It was definitely unexpected, and it is absolutely something I've been working at and trying to figure out all the different angles on how to get it done, because I know there's a ton of ball python breeders. And on the other hand, it doesn't mean that I don't want to get in. It doesn't mean I don't want to participate. And anyhow, thanks so much for making it happen. We'll spare everybody all the details and the backstory and all that. But I will tell you, relationships, especially with companies like Redline and people like Robyn, really make a difference. I can't wait to see you. I think I've never been to Tinley. Am I understanding right? We're going to be in the lobby. I'll be right up front there.
Yes, right in front, right at registration. Actually, we got a pretty choice spot, so we'll get you some good visibility, some good exposure. We won't be, with the cool kids, middle of the room, like Niki.
You know what? If enough cool kids come to the lobby, like me and Robyn, we'll have our own little party up front there.
Hey, if you invite us, we'll come.
That's what I'm saying. Niki, what do you guys have going on? What's the Josh's Frogs game at Tinley this weekend?
We're bringing a ton of cool stuff. A lot of stuff that we don't bring other places that we've kind of been saving for Tinley because it is one of the biggest and best shows. We've got a lot of little shield tail coming with us. We've got viper geckos, mulga monitors, amazing crested geckos, giant bicolor frogs, possibly some yellow spotted climbing toads. I know a lot of people have been asking about those. And of course, lots of dark frogs. But yeah, and then tons of supplies too.
Very cool. And I do have to say, I've only ever owned 2 dart frogs, but the 2 that I own, I bought at Daytona from Josh's Frogs 2022. Yeah. So, I mean, I vicariously, I do have a little more than ball pythons, none that I breed or sell. But,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I do. I had 2, and they've done well. And anyhow, I enjoy them. Actually, I'd like to expand it once I get my facility completed and
well, we have more
display. I know you got.
There's always more.
There are always more.
Adam, this is your first year at Tinley.
Yeah.
Niki, do you have any idea how many shows you've done at Tinley?
Oh God, I have no idea. I think I started doing shows in like 2005. I think Tinley was one of the maybe first shows I ever did. Yeah, and then ever since then, I've been just about to everyone.
Yeah, I think we went to the first one in 2001, I think it was. I'd known Brian Potter and Bob Ashley for decades, so we go way back. But yeah, at the time in 2001, 2005, it was a very nice show. Yeah, it's really evolved into, premier show of the year, and they do a great job putting it on. As Adam mentioned a little bit, the wait list to get in is years long. So, everybody wants to be there. It's a nice show to drive to, but I mean, there's a ton of folks that fly in. It's like a destination show. The auction on Saturday night is a huge event. As always, Niki will be sitting right up front with her Timberline crew. And the auction is quite an event, Adam. If you could make it out Saturday night.
Oh, I'll be there. I've been to the one in Daytona. It was I remember most of it somewhat.
I
clearly.
think this one probably is wackier.
Okay, all right.
Way out of control.
Way out of control. Now there is an endurance factor. I'm only good for about an hour and a half, hour 45. I've never even seen Niki leave the auction, so I don't know how long she stays. Sometimes that thing goes for 4 or 5 hours, and there's still people there, still buying stuff, still having fun. So it's a big night. Brian Potter is typically ridiculous, and
He's amazing.
Amazing is one word, but it's a ton of fun. There's a lot of great animals that they auction off. So like it is, does have value on the animal side, but then they also do a lot of ridiculous shit as well. Whether it's guitars or hats. Last week, was it in Dallas? We auctioned off a prosthetic leg.
Yes.
So and then there's giant inflatable dildos and different.
I did get a pair of breasts 2 Tinleys ago.
Did you buy Sarah's boobs?
Yes, they were given to me from Sarah.
Oh, okay. So we had a titty prosthesis auctioned off.
Wow. Okay.
Now Niki owns those. I mean, what's funny is we were just talking about this last night with my Niki. She was reliving that she bought. I'm sorry, Adam. I don't know if you knew this was going to go in this direction, but my Niki bought at a Tinley 5 or 6 years ago with Lori Barczyk, 15-inch tall ceramic vagina.
I would be intrigued. Yeah, I could see the attraction.
Yeah, it had a mirror in the center, so you could see where you came from.
I do remember that.
Yes, it was memorable. Yeah, there's a lot of cool ball pythons auction. There's probably frogs. There's definitely monitor lizards and cool spiders and stuff. But then there's also the adult content that is, it's just.
But we do warn people on most of the flyers at all the tables that not to bring your children because of Potter and everything else. But
yeah, he can't control himself.
Speaking of parties, one of the things that you and I discussed, Robyn, was possibly and likely, it is the goal now, to either do interviews and or live stream Proper Royals content from the lobby tables. If I can get the bandwidth, I'm going to live stream the whole thing. You can see us wheeling and dealing. You can see everybody that comes up, and then I'll take off mute when people want to chat and say hey. So if you want to come hang out, if people want to come hang out for 30 seconds or 5-minute spots, quick kind of thing, let us know what you're excited for, who you want to go see, why you're at Tinley, all of that kind of stuff. Come by the booth, come hang out.
Absolutely. And again, there's a ton of different species. You don't have to be a ball python person. You don't have to be a crested gecko person. There are world-class animals in both of those categories, but you also have some of the more eclectic stuff. There's a ton of invert animals at Tinley. Marshall Arachnids does an amazing spider setup and tarantulas. Fang Hub is there with their tarantula stuff. There's going to be a bunch of isopods, which are currently taking over the country. And I think it was earlier this year, I got into the Josh's Frogs isopod room and saw that massive setup there, as they were sorting and breeding all these little pill bugs. I don't necessarily totally understand it, but whatever floats your boat, but there's all kinds of animals there. There's going to be great hognose. There's Scott Miller always has awesome sand boa stuff. There's just so much to see. I mean, frankly, I have a hard time Friday, Saturday, Sunday getting everything in my list accomplished as far as what I want to see, what I want to do. And I spend most of the time on the floor. I mean, Niki, you're at the booth most of the time. I don't know how you see a tenth of the show, and really.
It's super hard. I mean, you have to go really early, before they let everybody in usually, and kind of run around and do your thing, but there's just never enough time.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great show. Adam, I'm really excited for you. It's always fun to take somebody for their first show and get to see them kind of wide-eyed experience the whole thing.
I can't wait to go, and it's with my new move to Minnesota from Florida, it's a whole new scene, a whole new market, and it's something I've heard about. And like I said, I've experienced all the Florida shows and especially Daytona, but I'm excited for Tinley.
Yeah, it'll be great. The other thing I almost forgot, is at the auction Saturday night, everybody's favorite artist, Adeline Robinson, is getting married. There will be a wedding ceremony in the auction. That would be interesting. I have no idea what to expect.
I was
Nikki,
supposed
are
to
you
be the
dressing
ring
up,
bearer.
or is there a dress code or
I don't
anything
think so.
happening?
Adeline did send out invitations, I think, just on the Tinley pages. I requested that I be the ring bearer, but they told me I had to dress in a bear suit if I wanted to do that. Couldn't get the bear suit on time, but
Well,
yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Adeline is she's a great artist, but she's actually she's super awesome for US Art. She might be the most powerful person of the last 3 years. She does a custom piece of art for every show.
Yep.
And they auction it off, and I mean, it sells for $2,000, for $5,000, for $8,000. I mean, whatever it sells, and all that money from the auction, of course, goes to US Art, which helps to preserve our future as a hobby and industry. Always very important. But I mean, yeah, Adeline, I don't know anybody that's raised more money from their sourced material than her at this point.
Gam also does a lot of stuff too. They're both amazing artists.
Absolutely. It's going to be a fun time. We're all going to be in a wedding. I bet it's going to be quick. I bet it's going to be wacky. I'm anticipating some people will have costumes, bear suits, notwithstanding. But we'll see. We'll see what that's all about. But it'll be fun. And Adam, you're going to have a really, really good time.
I know I'm going to have a blast, and I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Cold-Blooded Cafe. They've been great to me as well. I can't wait to hang out with them again in person. And I will have ball pythons, but I believe Chris from BNS Reptilia, he's going to bring a variety of some colubrids to put up so that I have a little something more to offer than just ball pythons. So he's got tons of different species. So come by and see what we got. And if nothing else, just come hang out and say hello.
Absolutely. I look forward to seeing both you guys and 200 other people that we get to see at every show, and probably 10,000 people on the floor just trying to navigate the aisles. It's a big show. It's a big deal. I'm really looking forward to it.
Likewise. Nikki, it'd be cool to meet you in person. Thanks for visiting today with us, and I always like making new contacts in the industry. Who knows how our paths will cross in the future. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. I will see you guys this weekend, right?
Couple of days. We'll see you in a few.
All right, cool. Thank you all very, very much, and see you there.